Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Astro, aka the Galaxy Shogun, and if you came from Haruki Anime Journal's video, that viral interview where I'm guessing the anime and the scenes, I just want to take this time to thank you. Oh my goodness, it's just so crazy to see how much that video has blown up, and as someone who has been making anime content on the internet for a long time, seeing like myself there associated with that many eyeballs is just kind of ridiculous. It's been blowing my mind, and honestly I just can't stop smiling. So if you took the time to come to this channel and to check out what I'm all about, I really appreciate you. I can't tell you how great it was reading those comments. You know, everyone was being so nice and supportive, so you know, I figure it'd be a great time to post, you know, first why I did that interview and why, you know, a foreigner like me is living in Japan, but also just to know a little bit more about each other and to tell you a bit more about my goals for this channel and, you know, the type of anime, my upbringing, all that type of stuff if you're interested. So I'll try and make it quick. Let's go ahead and get into it. So where do I start? How about here? So, I'm obviously a foreigner living in Japan. A lot of people in the comments were kind of like, hey, are you like half Japanese or something? Which I always laugh when I get that comment because I've gotten it like a few times in the past, but you know, I don't really look Japanese. Like, I'm a Caribbean guy who grew up in Canada, so I don't exactly look Japanese, but I understand like there's a lot of half Japanese people, and you know, I do have some Asian in me. That's why, like, you know, some people, well, I guess you're not wrong to assume that I'm mixed of some sort, so, you know, there's that. But no, I'm not Japanese. I actually live in Japan with my wife. That's another thing. Some of the comments were roasting me, telling me, like, I've never seen a woman in my life, or assuming other things, actually. But yeah, sorry to break it to you, I'm actually married, believe it or not. I'm more surprised than any of you, to be honest, about that. So my wife's Japanese, and we actually live here in Japan. I don't live in Tokyo, I live, you know, a little out, a different prefecture. I won't exactly dox myself there, but yeah, I live maybe 2 to 3 hours out from Tokyo, maybe like an hour and a half from the Shinkansen, so go ahead and make your guesses there. But yeah, I moved here at the beginning of the year, and of course, like I said earlier, I'm married and I have a kid, which, if you make it to the end of the video, I got something real cool to say about his name. But besides that, yeah, so, you know, me and Haruki actually have mutual friends, and we've been meeting to hang out, so I kind of messaged him, because I was just coming back from Korea, and I said, hey, I'm in Tokyo, like, do you want to hang out? And truthfully, there was no intention to really make a video, but he had his stuff on him, and he was just like, hey, like, would you like to make a video? And I went, oh, okay, cool. So we ended up doing that, and frankly, like, I was pretty nervous because the last thing I wanted to do was like embarrass myself on camera. And I mean, like, I did pretty good and so many people are praising me. That's because it's shonen. I gotta be honest, I really love shonen. I am one of the biggest One Piece fans you will ever meet. As you could probably tell from the figures behind me, like, I'm super big on that stuff. Hey, so this is post-production Astro, and I'm kind of noticing that as good as this view is, it doesn't really give you a full idea of the amount of figures I have. For one, I have a bunch of Ichiban Kuji lottery figures that I won in Japan, seriously like 10 of them that I need to find space for, as well as, no joke, like maybe 20 to 30 One Piece and JoJo figures that are currently coming to me from Canada, so stay tuned and I'll definitely do a video showing you the full scope of my collection. Thanks! And I don't care what anyone says, it's gonna be my bread and butter forever. I love shonen, so yeah, it is what it is. Like, you give me a Naruto or like a One Piece anime question, like, I'm probably gonna get it, especially One Piece. Like, I spend a unhealthy amount of time like obsessing about that series, watching reactions. Like, I Patreon a ton of people to watch their reactions. I rewatched it with my wife. I've seen the series at least 6 times, so needless to say, I'm a pretty big One Piece fan. I read the manga, and anything you can think of One Piece related, I'm doing it. So yeah, in terms of the Naruto piece of things, I used to be obsessed with Naruto. I actually went to New York Comic Con when I used to live in Canada to try and meet Kishimoto tons of years ago when I was a really big Naruto fan. This was actually when I believe the Boruto Generations movie was just coming out. So I think Boruto, the actual series, was not out, but there was the movie that came out first, and Kishimoto came to New York. So I slept on the street trying to get a chance to meet him. I did not get his autograph, but I did get to sit pretty close to the premiere, so that just goes to show you, like, you know, I was pretty big on Naruto. Though, honestly, like, these days, like, I'm not gonna tell you where it ranks on my list, but that video will come soon. I'll do like a video talking about like my favorite animes and stuff like that. But yeah, let's just say, like, I used to really, really, really be into Naruto, and especially growing up in Canada, for anyone that grows up in Canada, you'd know the anime block used to show Naruto, and they would do reruns like crazy. And those reruns were often the Zabuza fight. I believe it's, yeah, pretty early in the original Naruto series. Like, they just kept doing reruns. Like, for anyone who's Canadian and remembers the type of anime that used to show in the West at that time, like, you know, like, I think my first anime legitimately, and this is going to be crazy to hear, was Power Stone. Because again, like, this is just what I saw on TV in Canada. Obviously, you got, like, your Pokemons, your Digimons, which I'm really into both of those, and we'll talk about that maybe in another video. But, you know, Power Stone, Cardcaptor Sakura, even Esclaflowne, which I don't remember much of. The Gundams used to show, Ghost in the Shell, like all that stuff, right? And maybe I'm giving away my age with some of those titles, but hey, like, that era for me is so nostalgic. I remember there used to be like a all-night anime marathon, and me and my siblings, like, we were really into it, like, so much so that, you know, people used to say some things when I was in school. Anime wasn't, like, all that popular back then, which is another reason it's just so surreal to see, like, as of late, how popular anime is. Like, you got athletes talking about it, you got famous people talking about it. Like, it's kind of cool now, and it wasn't always cool. So, you know, I'm not the type that's, like, gatekeeping anime at all. I say more the merrier. Like, come on, you watch anime, watch One Piece, you know what I mean? So, you know, for the people that are claiming that, like, I got the answers beforehand, like, I wish you had just a bit more imagination, dude, because honestly, like, those weren't super hard questions. Like, if I got, like, let's say, Slice of Life or a bunch of isekais, I would have done very poorly. But, you know, you're asking a person who is evidently a very big fan of shonen, like, all of those questions were shown in anime. So if you're telling me battle anime and Jump and you're showing me a cityscape, yeah, I'm probably going to default to Hunter x Hunter, which brings me to, like, you know, not getting the Jujutsu question and the Hunter x Hunter question immediately. To be fair, like, that Mappa color palette did look very Attack on Titan to me, and I had just been, like, rewatching some reactions of that, so I kind of felt like, yeah, that's Eren transforming into the Founding Titan. That's why, like, his rib cage is there. If I really thought about it, that was pretty obviously Sukuna, so, you know, it is what it is. And even with the Hunter x Hunter one, to be fair, like, every anime kind of has a cityscape like that, so, like, I don't feel too bad that I guessed Bleach and that I guessed, you know, and that I guessed Death Note before that, because truthfully, like, I think just about every anime has a scene like that. Now, that is a very iconic pose from Chrollo, and Chrollo literally is my favorite character in Hunter x Hunter, so I do feel a bit ashamed, but you know what, like, I did technically get them all right. It just took me a few guesses for the last two, so I'll take that. So I guess that really covers, like, my anime history and that type of stuff. And how I ended up doing that interview in the first place and why I'm in Japan. Some people were also commenting on, you know, the fact that I can speak, you know, some Japanese. So you know, during that interview, some people got the impression that English wasn't my first language. It's because while I'm in Japan, especially speaking to, like, my wife's family, I guess my family as well, and my friends, like, I try to speak Japanese where I can, even with Haruki. You know, I was speaking Japanese with him the majority of the time we were hanging out, so it's just kind of something that happens when you're going between Japanese and English, especially as, like, a non-native Japanese person who's trying to speak Japanese. Like, my English tends to, I tend to kind of slow it down and to try and connect the two languages. For those people that speak one language, this might not make any sense, but if you've ever tried to, like, learn a language, sometimes you might find that your original language gets affected. So, like, right now, I might be sounding, like, really, really, like, native. Like, you know, again, I'm Canadian, so I sound super guppy, but, you know, if I'm talking to my wife in Japanese or her family or friends for any prolonged period of time, actually it does kind of affect my English, and that interview was, like, immediately after, you know, me trying my darnest to impress Haruki with my Japanese. So, you know, Sukoshi Nihongo dekimasu. That's what I have to say. Gakusei no toki, Nihongo benkyou shimashita. So, yeah, basically, I would say, like, I'm decently conversational, but I definitely have a long way to go. So for those people that were saying, like, wow, really great Japanese, arigatou gozaimasu. Really thankful for that. So yeah, if this video ends up getting to, like, let's say 30 views, I'm not opposed to, like, doing my top 10 favorite anime list. As much as I'm saying I really love shonen, like, there's probably some things on that list that would surprise people, But yeah, I just wanted to make this short video and just, you know, again, thank people and just give a little bit of background. I'm so thankful to, like, again, be involved and, like, have a video that has gotten that much traction and that much positive vibes. So once again, if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. In terms of goals for this channel, you know, if you even look at some of my past content, I typically, when I lived in the West, used to travel to a lot of cons, and I did do content. I did some stuff at Anime Expo. I used to go pretty regularly, and then Anime North in Toronto as well. Now that I live in Japan, it's a little bit more difficult, but of course, there's positives to living in Japan too. I get a bunch of figures, I get, you know, things that aren't available in the West. So, you know, in an ideal world, this becomes my full-time job and I can travel, I can meet like-minded people and make cool content, similar to Haruki, I guess. But, you know, we got some big things planned. I've already talked to Haruki and he's like so impressed with the results of that video. So we'll definitely be doing some things in the future. But yeah, we'll keep it at that for now. Again, if this video gets to 30 likes, I will post my top 10 anime. Once again, thank you so much if you made it to the end of the video. It's been your boy Astro, aka the Galaxy Shogun. I'll catch you later.
Wait a minute!